press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello my dear students, how are you all? We had discussed or we had started to discuss about why do we need a parliament. You know very well parliament, what parliament is, what it is composed of, why we do need the parliament, how important, how important the parliament is, right? So we even did discuss about how the parliament is been supporting, or say without parliament what could be the condition. We did discuss about these things, right? And the role of the parliament, we had discussed few of the things like the basic thing. So today let us know further, or say like a few more things related to parliament. See, as we know that the parliament is composed of, or it is made up of three things. No doubt it is a bicameral legislation because we have two houses there. One is the upper house, Rajya Sabha, the lower house, the Lok Sabha, right? So we call it as a bicameral legislation. We consider it as a bicameral legislation. So when we say bicameral legislation, we mean that, there is the two way, or say two house working together, two house coming together to frame the laws, so that is Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. We had discussed about the terms, and even we did discuss about what is like how many members will be there in Lok Sabha and even in Rajya Sabha. So today let us know about the composition, like nothing but like when it comes to the parliament, it is made up of Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha and the president. So that is very much important. Now let us know about the qualification needed, not for Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, but for the members, members of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Imagine, you might ask me, right, ma'am, how to, become the member? Can I become the member? Can I just go and register as a member? Because getting membership nowadays is very easy, right? For different like organization, getting membership is very easy. So you might ask me, ma'am, is it the same process that we are following for Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha? Definitely not. We have certain qualifications mentioned in our constitution. Constitution has come up with, or it has given the qualification to be possessed, by the member, those who want to be the member either of Lok Sabha or say Rajya Sabha. So what is that? Very first thing, when it comes to Lok Sabha, let us know about Lok Sabha and then we shall go to Rajya Sabha. This is Lok Sabha, this is Rajya Sabha. I wanted to save time, so I have not written Lok Sabha, this is Rajya Sabha. So Lok Sabha, when it comes to Lok Sabha, the qualification goes like this. Very first qualification is the person, the member should be the Indian citizen. So it means that he should have a Aadhaar card, right? Anyway, so he should be the citizen of India. So for most of the membership, when it comes to Indian constitution, the very first thing what they say is they have to have the citizenship of India. So here also same thing, they should be the Indian citizen and should not be less than 25 years old. So can you people become the member? No, right? Yes. Once you attain the age of 25 years, definitely you can try reaching out to be the member of Lok Sabha, provided you have the political support from your family or any friends. So when it comes to Lok Sabha, Indian citizen, he should be the Indian citizen and should not be less than 25 years of age. He should not be having any government job salaried. He should not be a salaried, having any salaried government job, no other citizenship. Apart from Indian citizenship, he should not have any other citizenship of any other nation. He should be mentally sound. He should know the differences. He should be totally, matured. He should have the capacity to think what is correct and what is wrong. He should be sound in nature, not unsound mind or insane, not lunatic. Okay, he should be of sound mind. He should have the capacity, capability to understand the things that is going on, around him. So he should have the knowledge about it. So he should, apart from that, he should not be bankrupt. Okay, ದಿವಾಲ ಉಟ್ಗಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ದಿವಾಳಿ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಸೊ bankrupt, it means that he should be able to pay his liability on his own. Okay, only that particular person can become the member of the Lok Sabha. He should not have any criminal proceedings on himself. He should not have done any crime. Once he becomes the member, no doubt he gets the immunity there. Okay, certain immunity which is not required enough, like it is just an information. No doubt he gets an immunity, that is different. But to be the member of Lok Sabha, definitely he should have the knowledge. Okay, he should have knowledge about like certain things, that is different. But yes, he should not have any proceedings, criminal proceeding. He should not be a criminal. He should not have done any crime before he could get the membership. Nothing but he should, like, if at all he is acting, he want to be the candidate, he should be a clean chit. Okay, he should be a clean chit person. So that is about the qualification related to Lok Sabha. How about Rajya Sabha? Everything is same, like very similar, very like same thing. He should be the citizen of India. He should not be the criminal, like a crime. He should not be a criminal. He should not, nothing but he should not have any criminal proceedings against him. He should not be a bankrupt. He should be of sound mind. Okay, he should not have any other citizenship. He should not be a salaried person. All qualifications same, apart from age. Here it is 25 years of age. He should not be less than 25 years of age. Here he should not be less than 30 years of age. So that's the only difference. Else both the qualifications are same. Here 25 years minimum age. Here it is the 30 years minimum age. So that's the only difference. Rest of the things very same. Even in Rajya Sabha, the person whosoever wants to be the member of Rajya Sabha, he should have, or he should be the citizen of India. He should not have any other citizenship. Okay, he should be of sound mind. He should not be bankrupt. He should, he should be mentally sound, and there should not be any criminal proceedings against him. So all things are same. Only thing is he should not be less than 30 years of age. So that's the only difference. So next is, we know that the term of Lok Sabha is for 5 years and it is done through election itself. So we know this, right? Like the term is for 5 years. When it comes to Lok Sabha, the term is for 5 years. Nothing but they will be working for 5 long years. So that is the term, and those people are elected through elections. Every person, every candidate will be having his own constituency wherein he will be representing his constituency, and the majority, okay, majority, like everybody would vote, the majority candidate, the majority got received through the election, that candidate will be representing his constituency. So it is done through election itself. So each of the constituency elects one person, nothing but through election itself they elect one person as their representative and as a member to the parliament. So once they are elected, they become the member of, once they are elected, okay, once they gain the majority there, okay, nothing but majority votes are there, okay, then they will be representing their constituency and they become the member of parliament. Now what is the function of parliament then? Okay, what are the functions that will be carried on by the parliament? There are three main functions, major functions what we call it as. Okay, three major functions wherein I will be dealing with one function today. Very first function is to select the national government. What is this national government and how do parliament selects this? Let us know about it. See, national government is nothing but the ruling government. Who will be ruling? Which party will be ruling the nation? Okay, that will be decided by or decided in the parliament itself. So that is the main role of the parliament. So very first function is to select the national government. The second one is to control, guide and inform the government. What to control, what they will be guiding and how they will be informing the government, that will be we'll be dealing it very soon. That is the second function. The third function is law making. They have to make laws there. Now let us know about the first thing, how they will be selecting the national government. So when it comes to national government, what exactly the parliament, the people do here is, see, the parliament consists of your Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha and the president. We know it, right? Everybody knows about it that the composition is it includes Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha and even the president. The member of parliaments are from different political party. As I told you, the member of parliament, who becomes the member of parliament? The one who is elected through the election from his constituency, wherein he is representing his constituency. So that particular person, okay, will be called as the MP and he is from different political party. We know this. So every member of parliament is from different political party. Now to form the government, there must be the majority from a particular party. So imagine you have BJP, you have Congress, you have other parties there, right? So the one who will be having majority, okay, the majority will be called as the ruling party and the second majority. So how this majority will be taken? It will be taken like this. We have total number of members, that is 543, right? 543 wherein two members, that is 543 plus 2 Anglo Indians has to be there. So total members are 545, right? We need 545 members. So it goes difficult to have 545 members from one particular ruling party. So majority, when I said, we need 272 members or more. So out of 543, we need 272, nothing but this. So how do they do? 2 2s are 4, okay, 2 7s are 14, 2 1s are 2 point something it comes. So we round off it to 272. This will be kept separate. Okay, 2 members, that is fixed. Okay, those people are fixed. So it will be kept separate there. Okay, so out of 543, okay, so majority what we want is 272 members. So if imagine we do not get that majority, okay, we do not get the majority, then what we can do is we can form the coalition government. See, as I told you, we need 272 members. If we get 272 members, then that itself is called the ruling party, because they are in majority. The votes they have received is maximum. Okay, so they have received maximum vote, they will be the ruling government. The next majority party, okay, the next, probably out of like the remaining 270, like one, okay, out of 271 members, so how much has to be there? Maybe 100 or 120 or even like 170 members, if at all they are in majority, then that will be called as the opposition party. So the ruling party will be the 272 members, the 272 ruling like votes what they have received, the majority what they have won with. So they will be called as the ruling party, and the next majority party will be called as the opposition party. So that will be taken as a opposition party. Imagine if at all they do not get the majority here, then they select the coalition government, wherein what these people do to get the 272 seats, they will join hands with other political parties. Okay, they welcome them, they ask them to join their party, giving them some facility. Okay, imagine last, like when it comes to Kumaraswamy's his time, they had done the same thing, right? They had this coalition government, Congress and JDS, wherein they framed that, they came up with one particular thing, they formed the coalition government, wherein this Kumaraswamy was asked to be the your chief minister, and ruling was done by the other people. So that is how the coalition government is formed. Nothing but, if at all they need majority, they join hands with other political parties so that they get the majority vote. They have to show they have received majority seat there, and once they show the majority seat, that is more than enough. Okay, so that is a kind of success for them. So that is how they rule. So what is the there are few functions wherein apart from to select the national government, they have to work on it. How that will be done? Very first thing is, the most important function when it comes to the Lok Sabha is, they have to select, okay, they have to select the executive. So your prime minister, president, okay, all these people, vice president, etc. So they have to select these people, right? So the group of persons who work together, executive, who are the executives? Executives are the group of people who will be executing the laws, who will execute the laws made by the parliament. So whatever the parliament always frames the laws, right? They are the legislature wherein they make the laws. Executives are the one who execute the laws, and who will be choosing those executives? Definitely that will be chosen by the legislative itself. So now Lok Sabha will be electing, or say they select those executive. So like the prime minister will be the leader of the ruling party. So majority, okay, majority party will be called as ruling party, right? So one person, the leader, okay, the leader of that ruling party will be chosen as a prime minister. So he is the leader of the ruling party, and your prime minister elects other ministers like education minister, your defense minister, your foreign affairs minister, all these other ministers who will be working with him, those people will be elected by your prime minister himself. So he elects them, okay, he will be electing the other ministers who will be joining hands with him so that he can carry out the work successfully. So that will be done by the prime minister. So it goes difficult to get majority, then they join hands and they form the coalition government. So this is the main thing that you have to keep in your mind, that Yes, they have to, they have to get the majority. If they fail to get the majority seats, then definitely they have to join hands with other political parties so that they can get the majority seats and they form the government as a ruling government for the nation. And always remember, Prime Minister is the one who elects other ministers for his work. He has to carry out the day-to-day work, right? So that has to be done by, to carry out those work, ministers have to be elected, and that will be done by our Prime Minister. So what's the work of Rajya Sabha then? Let us know the work of Rajya Sabha now. It is the permanent house, as we know, and it functions as a representative of the state of India in the parliament. So it works, or it represents the state. Okay, the Rajya Sabha, it represents the state of India in the parliament, and they can initiate a legislation and a bill as required to pass through the Rajya Sabha in order to become a law. So they can initiate the bill. So either of the one can initiate the bill apart from money bill. Okay, so bills will be dealing very soon. I'll let you know what actually bill means, what all parts are included in there. We'll be discussing it very soon. Okay, so when it comes to the bill, say bill is a proposal. Okay, actually law word we use it as bill there. So it is a proposed law. Okay, wherein either of the house, it can get initiated in either of the house. It may be Lok Sabha or say Rajya Sabha. Any person can initiate it, but there will be a discussion on it to bring, if at all they want any changes to be done, that has to be discussed there, and to do that, that has to be passed, from either of the house, it will get passed. So here again, they can initiate the legislation, the Rajya Sabha, and a bill is required to pass through the Rajya Sabha in order to become a law. In order to make a particular thing as a law, it has to get, initiated from Rajya Sabha. It has a role of reviewing. Okay, what role Rajya Sabha has got? Reviewing and altering laws initiated by Lok Sabha. So Lok Sabha sometimes initiates the laws, right? Or initiates the bill there. Proposal to make laws, proposal to bring laws. So when those proposals are made, those will be, if at all the changes has to be made, if at all they need any modifications, then that will be suggested by the Rajya Sabha. So the members of Rajya Sabha are elected by the elected members of legislative assemblies of various states. Every state is having its legislative assembly, wherein each legislative assembly will choose their one representative to be there as a member of Rajya Sabha. So that person will be chosen. So members of Rajya Sabha, as I told you, they will be representing the state, right? So they will be elected by the elected members of legislative assemblies of various states. So the legislative assembly helps us to get our representative in Rajya Sabha. So that is all about the first function, okay, role of parliament, first function, that is to select the national government. Let me tell you, let me deal with certain terms that will be used further. Okay, there are two more functions which we have to deal with. There we come across certain things like this. So let me discuss about it. Very first is the starred question we say. So starred questions are, there is a asterisk which is used there, okay, which is starred in nature. So these are answered orally. Starred questions will be answered orally in the parliament itself while the session goes on. Okay, we have sessions, 3 sessions, your summer session, your winter session and monsoon. These are the 3 sessions which will be carried out in the parliament, wherein 3 sittings they will be sitting there and discussing, or if they want any laws to be made, that will be done. So the questions, starred questions will be answered orally. Supplementary questions can be asked here. Okay, you have starred, you have put a question. If you are a member, you have put a question to the speaker there, or even the ruling party there. Okay, if at all the speaker will be hearing both the things, okay, like ruling and the opposition party. So you have asked a question which will be starred. For this, again, supplementary questions can be asked. And 10 days notice, okay, you have to send this before 10 days itself so that they can prepare themselves, and it is indicated by asterisk mark. Okay, so that is the star mark, what we say, this mark. Okay, so this mark will be used there for starred questions. Unstarred questions are the one wherein it has to be written, it has to be answered through writings itself, and there cannot be any supplementary questions as it is answered through writing, and 10 days notice should be given. Okay, like it has to be given, compulsion, it is a compulsion there, the notice has to be given. Okay, it is a compulsion there, and they have to give the 10 days notice. Then what is short notice question? This short notice question is very urgent and important questions. It deals with important questions and very urgent questions that has to be answered immediately. There is no time to send a notice and all. Here questions are asked with shorter notice, less than 10 days. It will not take a long time. 10 days is given for starred and unstarred question, but for this they don't need that long time, but before 10 days itself they have to send a notice. Short period of time, within a short period of time, that has to be brought to the notice. And here the ministers have the option, okay, ministers have the option either to accept the question to be answered or to reject it without answering. So it is in the hands of the the minister themselves. If they are interested to answer, they can answer. If they don't want to answer, they need not answer the things there. So there is something called 0 hour. Okay, something called 0 hour, again that also will be coming here and there. So it is a period that begins at 12 o'clock immediately after the question hour. Question hour is something wherein the very first, as soon as the session begins, okay, as soon as the session begins, as I told you, there are 3 sessions wherein summer session, winter session and the monsoon session. So there are 3 sessions. As soon as the session begins, they start off with a question hour. Okay, initial hours will be taken for questioning itself. The starred, unstarred and your short notice questions will be discussed there. So those are question hours. Okay, and just after, okay, the period after 12 o'clock, immediately after the question hour, once the time is 12, it is considered as 0 hour. Okay, so these are few terms that is used by the Parliament. Again, there are few other terms like adjournment and all, which will be discussed in the next class. So today we got to know certain thing, that is composition, wherein it is made up of Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha and the president here, and we got to know the qualification, which is very very important, wherein Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha both are having the same qualification, only differences with the age. Here it is 25 years, here it is 30 years. You need more knowledge, more maturity here compared to your Lok Sabha. Okay, so that is the main difference. Apart from that, all the qualifications are same. Apart from that, we did discuss about the role of Parliament, or say the functions, wherein there are 3 functions: to select the national government, law making function, and to control, guide and inform the government, which will be dealt tomorrow. The remaining functions will be dealt tomorrow. Apart from that, we came across a term called coalition government, which is again an important thing. See, whenever there are 3 things, one is ruling party, the other one is opposition party and coalition government. These are the important terms here. Ruling party is the one wherein it has received the majority. the majority party win. We always come up with this thing, right? Majority wins. So voting system, whenever they receive majority votes, then definitely the majority votes received party will be the ruling party. In a case if they do not receive the majority votes, what they do, they join hands with a few more ruling parties, political parties, sorry, not ruling party. They join hands with other political parties and they add on to their majority, and then that will be called as the ruling party. And the second majority party, after this, whatever they have, the second rank student, what we call, also the second majority party will be called as the opposition party. So these are the important terms which will be used again and again, while again we will be dealing with the next chapter. Again we will be dealing with certain like few of the things whatever I have said now. So please keep in mind, these things are not said in your textbook. This is something that I felt that yes, you should know. That's the reason I have come up with those things. So there are few more other parliamentary like what I can say terms, like we come across first reading, second reading, final reading, consent we say, okay, president consent, adjournment, these terms we come across these things. This will be dealt in your next class. Thank you so much for your patience, dear students. If you find anything difficult or if you are facing any problem to understand, please let me know, and if you have any doubts here, please let me know about the same. Thank you so much. Have a great day.